What's good, beautiful people? In today's video, we're about to watch some of the dumbest people who got stuck. Appreciate everyone who take the time to drop a comment. If you're new to the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And without too much long talking, let's get to the video.
When a shirtless man in Seattle managed to get his foot trapped in a basketball hoop.
What
As
the
he
hell?
dangled upside down, nearly a dozen cops gathered around, probably
What
more
the
confused
hell?
than anything else. But fear not, help was on the way. Two trusty firefighters arrived
Bro.
wielding a ladder, ready to rescue our basketball enthusiast from his sky-high.
What? First of all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are 16 people around this one man who's hanging upside. First of all, how the hell he still even have strength to do all of this stuff? Like, there should be too much blood in his head. And they holding his hands. They got his hands all twisted up. They got his neck twisted up the next way. They got his leg the other way. Bro, what is going on? What? First of all, what do you even do? How you even get in this? Oh, there's too much going on.
Predicament. Now the big question remains, how did he even find himself in this mess to begin with?
Right.
This would-be robber thought he had it all figured out, but his escape plan turned out to be nothing short of a dead end. On the hunt for electrical cables, this not-so-smooth criminal broke into the third-story building before attempting an escape out the window.
Third story, bro? You couldn't find nothing on the second or first? Third? Okay, that's a far fall if you fail, brother.
Refusing to turn himself into the police that were called, the thief spent more than 2 days
What?
on an AC unit 20 feet above the ground. And while being stuck on an AC unit for 2 days is bad enough, it's nowhere near as messy as this next situation.
2 days, bro? He was trying his hardest to avoid jail. 2 days, bro? That's crazy, yo. Wow.
If you think the life of a pole dancer is glamorous, check this guy out. Clearly confused, a man in Birmingham managed to climb up a 32-foot lamppost, only to get stuck at the top. Making a spectacle of himself, he thrashed his arms and legs to the delight of the gathering crowd below. I know
What
he
the
climbed the
hell?
lamp, but this guy doesn't seem too bright.
Bro, not only does that don't make no sense, that is super dangerous, bro. That's wild, bro. Why would you even aspire to do something like that? Oh, that's dumb.
Firefighters eventually used a 45-foot ladder and a hydraulic platform to bring the daredevil back to Earth.
Wow.
Now I'm starting to wonder if he's just a moth in disguise. In a flooded underpass in Spain, this
Whoa.
woman found herself in a sinking situation as her car began to submerge. She'd
Uh-oh.
ignored all the warning signs about the floods. Because, hey, who's gonna let a little rain
Okay.
ruin your day? When it was
Okay.
clear her car wouldn't double as a submarine, she pulled off a daring escape, crawling out of the car window like a true action hero and climbing up on the roof. She even managed to save her trusty backpack before the vehicle vanished into the depths.
See, that's why you should listen to your local meteorologist. But yet again, people don't listen. They like to do what they do. And this is the consequence. So I don't feel bad for her.
Of things being where they shouldn't. How on
Madrid.
earth did someone's car end up like this?
What the hell, boy?
Cato Bertson Larson might not be a professional plumber, but after dropping his phone into an open pit toilet, this Norwegian daredevil turned himself into a septic treasure hunter. Impressively, Cato managed to squeeze himself through the toilet seat opening to
What?
reach the unsanitary pit below. But getting back out
Oh,
turned out to be
no.
a whole other story. Things got so dire that he had to swallow his pride and maybe a little something else, and call the fire brigade for help. It took them
Oh
some
my
handy
God.
chainsaw action to free him from his porcelain prison. Oh, and the phone? It's still down there somewhere.
No way. He probably had to go on like a clinical check for weeks or something. Oh, that's gross. That's stupid, bro. But that's gross. Whoa.
How far would you go for some chicken nuggets? When West Midlands police responded to a call about a suspected burglary, they stumbled across a pair of legs sticking out of a chicken shop's extractor vent. The 45-year-old thief had crawled into the tight space overnight
Bruh.
and became stuck, spending a whopping 7 hours in this ridiculous
Whoa.
position before law enforcement arrived. The chicken enthusiast was promptly arrested on the suspicion of burglary and taken to the hospital for a checkup. I think it's safe
What
to
the
say that when
hell?
it comes to robbing a chicken store, planning is needed. You can't just wing it.
First of all, why the hell you 45 trying to steal chicken, bro? I hope this not hope, but the story would sound better if this is like a homeless person or something, because that would be crazy. 45-year-old stealing chicken and I'm getting stuck in the vent. Bruh, come on, bro.
And if you're still on the fence about people's ability to get stuck,
Oh,
this
no.
guy should convince you. Everyone knows if you're gonna try to break in via the vents, you need to grease
Wow.
things up a little. Well, that didn't help this would-be thief who found himself trapped in a restaurant vent for 2 whole days. A
Jeez.
neighboring business owner heard the strange moaning sounds coming from the kitchen.
I keep hearing that thing again.
To his shock, he discovered a grease-covered man stuck in the exhaust vent, pleading
What?
for help. Firefighters had to dismantle the vent for almost an hour to free the slippery intruder, sparing him from being squeezed through
Bro.
the sharp edges of the narrow shaft. The lesson here is grease might make you harder to catch, but it won't help you out of tight spaces.
Wow. Bro, see, that's the thing about people. Like, that is so dumb that you do all of that to inconvenience like 50 different people, bro. Because the workers probably can't work no more. The fire people got to do this extra human work. Police got to get involved. There's so much people you have the inconvenience doing this dumb stuff.
Man in China found himself stuck after a comically disastrous attempt at a DIY appliance repair.
What?
Determined to fix his washing machine, he decided to stick his head inside the contraption, hoping to spot the source of the problem.
Oh,
But
no.
before anyone could make a step bro joke, he was trapped, with his head
What
wedged
the
tightly
hell?
within the machine's confines. Cue the firefighters, the unsung heroes of stuck people everywhere. Armed with scissors and a trusty hacksaw, they carefully separated the drum from the frame.
No
After
way.
40 minutes of strategic disassembly, the man was freed from his metallic prison, sporting only minor scratches and a bruised
Whoa.
ego.
And a bruised brain, because that's foolish, bro. Why would you stick your head in a washing machine?
Ambitious inmate in Brazil thought he had
Oh
the
my
perfect
God.
plan to break free until his own belly betrayed him.
Uh-oh.
Rafael Valadao, a
Oh,
16-stone prisoner, found himself lodged in the hole he and his fellow conspirators had painstakingly created in the jail wall.
Wow.
After chiseling out a hole with a shower pipe, Rafael's cellmate easily squeezed through the makeshift tunnel and ran to freedom. Rafael, on the other hand, wasn't so lucky.
Oh,
His
wow.
oversized midsection was simply too large to fit through the tiny hole. Between the fits of laughter, the
Oh,
fire brigade
no.
freed Rafael from his predicament before marching him back to a new cell.
Bruh, you telling me you couldn't tell that you yourself is too big to fit through the hole? And your bunkie or inmate friend, like he cold. I guess he had to get away. So if the plan was to get away, he did his job. You unfortunately was too big. So yeah, well.
While Nicholas White might not have been a convicted felon,
Wow.
he was definitely held against his will. What was supposed to be a simple cigarette break turned into a 41-hour elevator ordeal that he
41 hours? That's like almost 2 days, bro.
wouldn't forget anytime soon.
What?
Trapped between floors in a New York office building, White pressed the alarm hoping for a quick rescue. But as
Wow.
the hours ticked by and his roll-laid snack became less satisfying, he realized he was in deep trouble. Without a watch or cell phone, he relied on sheer determination to survive. After
Whoa.
nearly 2 days, White was rescued from his self-imposed elevator prison sentence. And I'm pretty sure from now on he's taking the stairs. A 26-year-old man from Tucson found himself in a sooty situation when he realized he locked his keys inside. Determined to regain access, he thought shimmying down the chimney would be a brilliant idea.
Oh,
The only
boy.
problem was that the chimney was narrow as it got closer to the fireplace, trapping the man halfway down. Firefighters eventually were called to rescue the man who was pulled out, all covered in
Bruh.
soot. Apparently, this is a fairly common occurrence for absent-minded homeowners. So remember, kids, Santa's job is best left to the professionals.
The fact that this is a common thing, that means so much people are dunce, bro. Like, I guess that's the easiest way to probably break into a home, maybe. I don't know. But still, that's foolish, bro.
Just like Forrest Gump decided to run for the sake of running, sometimes you just gotta climb a tree for no other reason. That's exactly what this man did in Seattle, scaling the 80-foot tree in the downtown limits because
What?
he felt like it. But once perched on his leafy throne, the man realized getting down was more difficult than he anticipated.
Whoa.
So in true Tarzan fashion, the man decided the tree was his new home, creating a little nest for himself towards the top and spending the night. Man in Tree,
No
as his
way.
admirers called him, spent a total of 25 hours up there, refusing
the
any
hell?
offer of ladders from the fire department. In the
Why?
end, Man in Tree found the courage to come down on his own.
Okay. That's one of them who been in a clinic or something before. He off the meds or had too much meds or something. His life involved meds somewhere along the lines. He going up there on his own and he came down on his own. I guess, it's all in safety. I don't know. But that's wild. Hella crazy.
After clumsily dropping his lighter into an 18-inch hole in the pavement, this Swansea man decided to take matters into his own hands.
A lighter,
As crowds
bro?
gathered and onlookers laughed, the man found himself wedged up to his armpits in the narrow hole.
A
It took
lighter,
the combined
bro?
efforts of random passerbyers and the fire service to finally free him
Oh
from his
my God.
subterranean prison. I guess that's one way to quit smoking.
Yeah, he shouldn't even want to pick up a lighter ever again. Or whatever it was he was smoking. He shouldn't want to do anything, any type of smoking related things ever again. No way.
Fisherman is a hero in disguise. While cruising on the Krabi River of southern Thailand, he found a Norwegian couple stuck knee-deep in river sludge. First, he
Whoa.
tried to free them with his bare hands, but when the mud wouldn't budge, he laid face first, offering himself as a human life raft. The tourists were eventually able to pull themselves up and out to
Wow.
safety. Once the whole ordeal was over, the fisherman simply smiled, bowed, and returned to his boat. While
Wow. Shout to the fisherman. He's a big dog. Big respects to him.
the rescue definitely took some balls. In the next one, the balls were the problem. Joaquin Cortarea found himself trapped inside the infamous Talus Dome sculpture in Edmonton, Canada.
Some
What?
dude is stuck inside the Talus balls. Look at this.
Not only did he end up balls deep in the sculpture, but he was on a date when the whole ordeal unfolded.
What?
Firefighters were called to rescue this hapless romantic, but he was stuck in there real good. In the end, they had to use the infamous jaws of life,
Really?
usually reserved for car accidents. Eventually, Joaquin was extracted, minus his dignity and a $5,000
Oh, wow.
mischief charge.
First of all, how are you getting there? So if my thing is, if you could find your way in, you should be able to find your way out. They should have just let him figure it out. The hell? And you end up having to pay 5,000. Big fool. Thanks for watching. Those are some of the dumbest people who got stuck in sticky situations. Make sure to drop a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, a notification bell. See you in the next one.